What's up guys, and welcome, it's Inferno Kun here with a Walking Dead Season 3 discussion. This one's gonna be about the alone ending with Clementine and AJ. Now, you can get this ending by, of course, going ahead and leaving Jane, leave Kenny, or killing Jane and then shooting Kenny in the head. So yeah, you can go ahead and do it 3 different ways and you will end up being alone in a field of walkers with AJ. Now, I found this ending to be a pretty, it's kind of like what most fans wanted. People want Clementine to be alone and have nobody to defend, to actually, bring her down, kind of what Jane thought in a way. And she ended up being alone if you chose those things. So, kind of a bit ironic if you chose to leave Jane, because she's like, it's better to be alone in episode 4, and then you end up leaving her. If that happens, that's pretty ironic, Ha! Jane. I mean, in the end, if you actually did that, you listened to her. So yeah, you can't be mad at Clementine for actually leaving you, Jane. So that's jokes on you, really. So let's go ahead and talk about the field now. The field where you see a bunch of walkers, and then Clementine used a technique that she learned from Lee, but then was actually shown in episode 3 of season 2. Whenever Jane was like, hey, cover yourself with walker guts, so she's using that, which displays that she actually learned a lot of stuff from being in the apocalypse. She's using techniques that she learned to get past the walkers. And of course, the field is really sunny. It's really sunny outside where she is. So 9 days ago, whenever she left, I think it was 9 days ago when she left alone, it was snowing all up in that place where we were. It was blizzard. There was a blizzard there. So now she's in a sunny place, which kind of hints towards she's going down south. Now, for the most part, they were up towards north in the whole entirety of season 2. That's why it's getting cold, and it's usually a bit warmer. It doesn't really snow too much down the south. I had enough from experience because I live in the south. But anyways, I mean, it depends on your location. I mean, obviously, I'm not a weatherman, so my bad. Anyways, let's go ahead and talk about this now. A southern location. Now here's a crazy one. Back in episode 5 of season 2, you see a Mexico little card in the truck that Kenny was fixing, and you can go ahead and suggest Mexico. That's where Clementine actually gets the idea from. And you can go ahead and suggest that. Now it's pretty crazy because I don't think that she going to Mexico for obvious reasons. I mean, The Walking Dead, everything is set in the United States, really, and going to Mexico would be a really changing of events, really. Don't know how they're doing down there, but hey, don't know why that's even an option. But anyway, let's go ahead and go to Georgia. Why would she go back to Georgia? I mean, obviously now, she did with the whole north thing, it's obviously snowing real bad. She felt basically the harsh winter. It was snowing, it was cold and everything else, so she probably like, I ain't dealing with that. I don't care about Wellington. No house hardware. We're going down to the south where it's warmer, where it doesn't snow. Because if you remember, I believe Mike and Bonnie, and also Jane kinda a little bit, had the idea of going back down south because the winters up north were definitely too harsh for them. So they went back down south as a suggestion. So probably gonna be going back down south where it's actually warmer, as hinting towards, the non-snowing field over here. So let's go ahead and talk about Georgia. We went to in season 1. We went to Savannah, to Macon, and to what's the other way? Atlanta, where the whole beginning of the game actually started. Now, let's start with Savannah. Now, there's not much in Savannah as we saw in season 1. There's nothing in Savannah that will actually be worth going back to. So let's go ahead and talk about Macon. Nothing in Macon either. That was obviously a dead case. But one thing we did not explore much was Atlanta, Georgia. Now, you think about it, in season 1 at the beginning, everyone was said to stay inside of Atlanta. There could be a safe zone in Atlanta. Now, I'm not really sure what this is. I haven't really looked it up. I might as well go ahead and do that right now. It was called the Alexandra Safe Zone, or whatever. Alexandra Safe Zone. Not sure what that is, but I'm gonna go ahead and look it up right now and get back to you. Sorry, that's the wrong state. I really had no idea what the Alexandra Safe Zone was, but I'll get back to that. That could be actually a contending thing for an option for season 3. So let's go ahead and continue on our topic with Atlanta. Now, there could be some kind of safe place in Atlanta. It wasn't really explored much because in season 1, Clementine lived in Atlanta. I think she lived in Atlanta, kinda a little bit, and then like on the outskirts of Atlanta, really. And then Lee and them went to Macon from Herschel's farm. So not Alexandria, but Atlanta was not really explored much. There could actually be some people, some survivors in Atlanta, since it's like actually a big city, and people were said to not evacuate Atlanta, to stay there, because obviously Glenn went back to Atlanta, and then as for that is, so there could actually be a survivor camp in Atlanta that could actually be a good option for Clementine to get back to. So enough of that. That could actually be a good idea if I'm thinking, really. But anyway, so go ahead and move on to Virginia, to the Alexandria safe zone, because why not? It's in the TV series, I think, in the comic series. So apparently it is a military safe zone that is in Virginia. Okay, so apparently here's some little stuff about it. I have no idea what this is, so I just pulling stuff out of my butt. But anyways, go ahead and okay, so Rick Grimes apparently is the leader, and that's all I'm gonna say right now. So it being a military safe zone, not really sure what happens in the comics, but you can kind of see it as being Wellington in a way, because from what it looks like, it's a safe zone run by the military, but Wellington's kind of a safe zone. It's not really run by the military, I think, but that could actually be a good idea. Now, what if Clementine were to cross over with the characters from the TV show and the comics more? Like, I don't really want them to, because I like having an original story by Telltale, not involving TV show characters. Like in season 2, we haven't had one TV show character, but in season or comic character. But then in season 1, we had Glenn, Herschel, Lily, I guess. So it's kind of good Telltale making their whole original characters, original story. So I don't want them to actually introduce TV show characters or comic characters, because they're kind of canon to the series, and adding them would be cool fan service. But what it kind of depends on what kind of person you are. If you like seeing TV show characters in a game but not having them stick around with the group, not dying but actually not staying around, it could be good for you. So Alexandria safe zone could actually be another option. Not really sure if it will actually matter. I'm just pulling stuff out of my butt, but we'll see about that. So I mean, tell me what your guys' thoughts are about this, the many options we have. I mean, only thing I can think of is Atlanta and Virginia and any other place, because Clementine needs to be able to raise AJ in a safe environment, because babies can't be cold. Freaking AJ was born in the cold. I don't know how he survived, but babies need to be warm and stuff like that. So she's moving down south where it's warmer for AJ, kind of looking after him that way. I feel like she's trying to be a better, parent, or better person to take care of a child, because of what happened to Krista's baby. It probably didn't go so well, and maybe she wants to actually go ahead and keep AJ alive and think about him more than what she wants, really. So moving down south could actually be a better option just for AJ itself. So tell me your opinions on the many places that she could actually go in season 3 if it actually continues, and what will happen. Will Clem actually succeed in taking care of AJ and actually have him live a kinda safe-ish life? I don't think so. There will be many trials and tribulations whenever she comes across different bad groups, walkers, and other stuff. So thank you guys for watching. If you guys did enjoy, leave a thumbs up and comment down below your thoughts on this discussion. This has been Inferno Clem. Subscribe for more. It definitely helps out my channel. That's it, guys. I'm out.